Dilu, Mathews and Pepijn Beekman are the founders of startup company ECSens.
We have developed a new sensor that can detect small biomarkers like tumor particles, viruses or bacteria. Until today, no other sensor can detect these particles as sensitively and reliably at physiologically relevant concentration as our technology could.
This enables screening of patients in new ways that will revolutionize healthcare. Dilu, Mathews and Pepijn Beekman wrote a scientific paper about that, which made the cover of the prestigious journal Nanoletters. So the science works. But for a clinical instrument, the lab on a chip has to be more reliable, easier to use, and as cheap to produce as possible.
There are 3 ways that healthcare could benefit from this technology in the future. It can be used for diagnosis, it can be used to select the best treatment, and it can be used to see how well the treatment is working.
This patient monitoring is now done with MRI and CT scans. These are very invasive, slow and expensive methods, compared to just analyzing a drop of blood simply in a benchtop machine.
Our sensors are based on nanotechnology. We used state-of-the-art nanofabrication techniques available at the Nanolab at the University of Twente.
We start with a silicon wafer. The first step is an optical lithography patterning. For that, we spin coat the wafer with a photoresist. Using a mask aligner, a pre-designed pattern is transferred to the wafer from the mask. After development, these relatively coarse patterns are used to define the electrical contact paths for measurements later on. Electron beam lithography helps to pattern the nanometer-sized electrodes, which make this sensor extremely sensitive.
In the cell culture lab, we produce antibodies in cells. These antibodies specifically recognize certain biomarkers.
This is where the nanosensors are chemically modified. The coating needs to efficiently bind the antibodies, but it also needs to reject other things. The sensor measures biomarkers in drops of blood, and as you can imagine, blood is a very complex fluid with hundreds of components.
When the chip is ready, we carry out measurements on the sensor.
The data is analyzed for determining various parameters, including the concentration of the biomarkers we want to scan.
When we got the breakthrough, we started our company ECSens to develop an idea into a working clinical product.
Firstly, they patented their ideas with the help of the University of Twente. Startup incubator Novelty gave them the guidance with starting up their business. They helped them set up a roadmap, identify initial and future markets, and build a business plan.
We won the UT Entrepreneurial Challenge, and recently we even won the 4TU Impact Challenge. So we know we have a promising technology in our hands.
We now have sensors that work in the lab, but it requires more research and development and validation using clinical trials before our sensor could enter the market.
So ECSens is looking for partnerships with companies that can help them bring this product to the market.
Parties that are not only interested in buying the end result, but that also want to play a role in the development. At ECSens, we want to revolutionize healthcare with smart technology.